The handgun is the ideal weapon for both defensive and offensive close-quarter man-to-man combat fighting. A bullet smashing through only one of these white pine boards would be enough to seriously wound a man. Combat firing trains men to fire instinctively from the standing position, pointing the gun as if it were a finger.
Denix, collecting history.
1911 Denix, it's a really nice replica. I owned one of these back in 1981. The one I got was the Series 70, which is basically this shape. That's not the actual one I owned, but that's just showing you what the Series 70 looks like. The finish was really nice and shiny black. My one I bought had black grips, and also it had an interchangeable .22 slide that I removed, and the barrel, and a 22 magazine. So I had the option to be able to shoot using the .22 or the 9mm that it came with. At the moment, when you cock this, the safety does work. It won't fire unless you push it down. But when I got it, it didn't do that, and I'll show you. Just this screw here, if I loosen that up and just move that slightly and then tighten it, put the safety up, it just won't work. So just that simple little change there, move that across to that direction and tighten it, solve that problem. There you go. So if you get one of these and you have that problem, that should fix it. The other thing is, when you do have it cocked, you shouldn't be able to fire it unless that's depressed back there on the grip. That's how it's designed, but with this Denix replica, that doesn't work. Now if I pull the trigger, it fires. So either way, whether you press it or not, it fires. That was two of the issues, but the other issue I had with it, and I've seen it on YouTube with a lot of other people, is to lock the slide back. To have this locked back like that little button here in the back, you have to push that in to allow you to push that up to lock it back. Bit of a hassle. I got a washer, ground it down each side so it's flat. I'm going to put that up in there, and that's going to allow me to lock it back a lot easier. Right, so all I've got to do is take that out, the washer on, put that back in. So when I go back now, I can just push it straight up and it locks. So I don't need to push that. Much easier. I'll glue it so it looks as though it's part of the gun, and super glue it down. Just get that awash with a bit of water. Right, now that we've got this piece sorted, it's looking good and it functions like it should, let's do a field strip. Cock it first, remove the magazine. Now you got the spring here and you got this bush here, so what you do is you push the spring in, turn the bush to the right and release that. Take the spring out. And we need to remove this lever here, and at the back here you got this little button and you got to push while getting the end of this lever lined up into this little notch go. Now we can remove the piece here that held the spring in, and remove the barrel. And there are the pieces for a basic field strip. To put it back, you just do the opposite. So let's put the barrel back in first. Spring. Now you can see on this pin here, it's like a horseshoe shape here. That horseshoe shape goes on top of the barrel, so it sits there nicely. Bring these two pieces together in the frame and slide them together. And then if you look through here, you've got to get the two holes lined up in there and put this pin back in. Take that back and line that up with that notch again, push it in. Now we can put this piece on the spring, push back in and hold that spring down and turn the bush till it locks in place. And that's it, and that's done. That's the strip. And put the magazine back in. It's all ready to go. Yeah, I just switched the grips out, the wooden ones, to black grips, and these black grips I made myself. And what I did was I made a mould using the wooden grips. And from that I cast the resin mould of these black ones, and they came out beautiful. As you can see, it had an overflow, but that doesn't matter, you can trim that up later. Let's open it up, see how it came out. Cut that, tie that up. Okay, I just fitted the grips on both sides. It's come up beautiful. Really pleased with that. So these are original grips, and these the new black grips. I also did some pearl ones as well. This is still curing, but it's hard enough to take out of the mould. So let's have a look, see how we did. Oh, beautiful. You can see the texture in there. Happy with that. Yeah, just need to trim them up now. Grind the sides down on them. So all these grips, pearl and black, all from this mould, taken from the wood. Okay, I'm just getting ready to make a mould, silicone mould for this customised grip. So I'll put a bit of blue tack in the back here, so that when I pour the silicone it doesn't go right through to the back. I've used a glue stick and gone around all the inside here. Now I'll put these grips in there. Put a bit of rapid release in there, and I'm just going to get ready to pour this now. silicon mold is set, so we're just gonna, stuck to the board, we're just gonna break it with the seal. And there it is. So I've just trimmed it all up, so it's all ready for pouring now. This is the cast I just did. You can see how that came out now. Now this is a resin cast of my custom grip. So that's a cast of that. Let's have a look at the other side. And that's the other side. Now I'm going to do me some in pearl. Wait for that to set, see how that comes out. Yeah, she's still a bit see how it's sort of very rubbery, so I need to keep that flat. There you go. Colt 1911, invented by a person called John Moses Browning. He developed this for Colt, and then he branched out to Browning later. Through its development, it changed in shape and style and features all along the way. 1886 was when Browning started to develop this, and 1900 was the first release, and then 1902, 1903, 5, 7, 9, 10, and then the 1911 came out. And then for the military it went 1911A1, which basically is this shape, which is the 70s series. 70s series just means this shape and features would develop fully in the 1970s. Then you got the 80 series, 90 series, of course, 1980s, 1990s. Denix makes some really good replicas, and they make some which are not so good. This is one of the good ones, and I'd highly recommend this if you really like the shape and you got a thing for the 1911. Just be aware when you do order one, you got different models from Denix in the 1911. This one here is, of course, you can strip it down, disassemble, and have a bit of fun with it. There are other models there that don't strip down, that Denix put out, and if you're not aware of that and you think you're getting one that disassembles and then it arrives at your doorstep, you're going to be sorely disappointed, and that won't make your day. Pulling these apart and playing with them and tinkering with them is part of the enjoyment of owning these replicas. As a person who's owned a real one in the past, I'm really impressed with it, quite pleased with it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed what I've showed you, and like I said, I highly recommend this Denix 1911. So to finish with, let's have some more of Bruce Willis in Last Man Standing. See you later.
When?